Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're going to show you how to find the best cards to invest in and have that multiplier gap between a raw card or an ungraded card and a graded card. This will be a quick, easy, and simple video for you to see where you can find those undervalued cards and find the best opportunity to make a profit as you're then moving into the graded space. So in order to get started, all you have to do is go to pricecharting.com. It's free. From the top where you see trading cards, simply click on Pokemon. And then down below, you can either search for specific cards, you can pick by set numbers or values or most popular, whatever fits your current analysis. In this case, we're going to take a look at Crown Zenith. And Crown Zenith, in my opinion, is going to be one of the sets that is going to be the biggest growing sets over the next 5 to 10 years. It is the last of Sword and Shield. It's the last to have yellow borders, and it's the last of many aspects as we transitioned into Scarlet and Violet. So because of that, I think it's going to be one of the best sets to come for many, many years. So as we look at this, what we're going to see, first column will be your ungraded cost. So that's the raw price that you would pay. You can typically pick up any cards from eBay, from TCG Player, even from our own website at PokemonWonder.com. We're still in the process of launching other aspects of the site, but what we do already is we integrate with TCG Player and we give you the market price for every card in every condition every 12 hours. So you're going to be almost guaranteed to get good cards at good prices. But looking back at the data, what we're going to see here is from the ungraded, then to the 9 and to the 10. Now this is mostly going to be referencing the eBay data. And a lot of this is around PSA, which in a very short summary, PSA is going to be, in my opinion, the most liquid grading company that you should go with. Meaning that as you grade cards, can you turn that into cash? So with that in mind, looking from ungraded to PSA 9 and PSA 10, it gives you a perspective that if you miss the 10 mark, could you still make profit with the 9? And then, of course, anything below that, you have to then do a little bit more research. You can always use TCG Fish for that. TCG Fish is a great site for you to grab a given card, take a look across the specifics of your grading company of choice, and of course the grades that you're looking at, and then you can drill down to say, if I got an 8 or a 7 or whatever the case may be, is there still profit margins there to be made?
All of a sudden, things started to make sense.
Getting back to price charting, what we can see then is a lot of these cards have a easy way to determine if they're undervalued. And that's going to be if you're paying a lower price for your ungraded card and you have a good percentage of gain as you move into a 10, then you have an opportunity, not guaranteed, but you have an opportunity to potentially make a decent amount of money as you go from an ungraded card to a graded card. Now, a couple of caveats. Again, we'll touch back on all the details of grading, grading costs, grading times, selling fees, shipping fees, taxes, and so forth, because all that does need to be taken into account. And I don't want to portray this as if it's just all profits and money falling from the skies, because it's not.
Perhaps you're right.
So we'll come back to those details in another video, but for now, let's just focus on what you can find and how you can find it. I've taken the first 8 cards here, all the way from Giratina V-Star down to Suicune, and I've just done a little bit of a simple math for you. So looking at this from a pure Excel perspective, and you know how we like to do our numbers.
I've never been as sure as anything in my whole life.
You can see that we have essentially the same information, so ungraded to graded at a 9, all the way to then graded at a 10. And then I show you what is the actual value of that card and the difference between ungraded and a 10. And then from there, what's the percentage? Now, from here, what you can quickly see is you have some great opportunities as that percentage gets higher and higher. And of course, if you wanted to do the same analysis with a 9 or even an 8, you can then do a lot of risk analysis to understand, well, even if I get below the desired grade value, how much money could I potentially make? And as we get back to other videos to cover things like taxes, costs, and shipping fees, you'll be able to understand, will this make sense for me or not? But in the meantime, as you're looking at the actual raw cards versus the PSA 10, there's a couple of really key outliers. And I think it's no surprise that one of those is going to be our Charizard. Our Radiant Charizard from the Crown Zenith set is one of the most underrated cards, in my opinion, for Crown Zenith. It's not very popular at the moment. You can get this card for just about $5 or $6 per card. and that's going to be near mint. From the raw to the PSA 10, there's a 762% opportunity for you to make those gains. Now, again, we have to subtract everything, which we'll do in another video, but it does give you a lot of room to make that wiggle and make sure that you're still making a profit at the end of the day. And then, of course, if you add on top of this the ability to hold over time and let these sets grow in value, then of course this only becomes more and more exponential, and you can move into higher percentage values as time goes by and the cards go out of print. But in the meantime, if you're doing this during the current print runs, this is a great way for you to look at your cards, look at what's raw, buy something on the market, and potentially make that profit as you're moving from ungraded to graded. Another great way to go through this and really minimize some of the selling fees and the shipping cost and all the taxes is to use consignment. There's lots of great stores out there, whether it's in person or even online, that will take your cards for you and put them on their marketplace, so you get the eyes of established marketplaces. And of course, they would charge you some small fee to do that. We also offer that service as well, so if you're interested at PokemonWonder.com, you can look at our consignment services, reach out to us, and we'll be happy to talk through that with you and make sure that we can try to help you sell your cards. Let's take a look at one more. We also then have the Pikachu. The Pikachu was one of the cards that everybody thought was going to be the #1 card in the set. Now, based on popularity, according to price charting, it's not too far from the top. However, it also has a lot of great gains in this card, because you're looking at almost 400% gains from the actual purchase price raw at $14, and then being able to get that in a PSA 10 and selling it for nearly $70. So this is a great card. I think it's a beautiful card as well. Many people are going to love this in the future, and so it's going to be a really key card to look at. So definitely check out pricecharting.com. It's going to be a great site for you to leverage the ability to look at raw card prices and PSA prices all in one line in a nice, simple, easy way. Thank you so much for watching the video all the way to the end. We appreciate the time you spend with us. It's deeply valuable. If you're interested in more Pokemon content, we have more investment videos here. Otherwise, we have product opening videos here. We wish all of you a wonderful rest of your day, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.